There is a pretty significant concern about the national security implications of the Solomon Islands selling some particularly resource-rich and facilities, port facility capabilities to Chinese interests. These are unsettling on a number of levels. There is concern that the Sogavari government in Solomon Islands has been effectively co-opted by China because of the geostrategic significance of the Solomon Islands. These islands that were effectively, if occupied and controlled by an enemy, would be able to isolate Australia from North America. One would be naive to think that China isn't looking through a strategic prism when it engages with Kiribati, Solomon Islands, Tonga, Fiji, and elsewhere. There is considerable unease in Australia about what's happening. There is an overwhelming spike in the level of concern about China's adversarial ambitions and its intentions. They have been reinforced by the show of force in and around Taiwan following Nancy Pelosi's visit. That has resonated in Australia in a way that perhaps President Xi may not have quite appreciated, because it has generated not so much a fear and a desire to, placate, but a sense of, this means we really do need to double down on bolstering our own ability to defend ourselves and to stand up for what we believe in. The shift in mood in Australia is largely, I would contend, a response to China's actions. After the arbitral tribunal ruling, the wolf warrior diplomacy, the political interference, the cyber attacks, and then, of course, the icing on the cake was the COVID response. Australia is closely watching reactions in the United States. How the United States responds from here on is something of acute attention in Australia. There is a fine balance, if you like, between our fear of abandonment coupled with a fear of entrapment. The fear that perhaps an overly, assertive United States could actually contribute to an escalation over Taiwan that would, like a sucking vortex, draw in Australia as a close and trusted ally into a fight that Australia would very much like to avoid, but might feel compelled to support the United States over. There is a nervousness in Australia that the United States perhaps doesn't have the ticker to pursue this economically and will be focused more instead militarily. An approach that, as we've seen, the United States has not won that many wars in the last few decades, and there's a nervousness that there is a kind of default to military action. We've got $1 trillion hammer, if you like, arguably looking for a nail. And China has been assiduously avoiding presenting a nail.